The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the United States. It functions as the ultimate financial authority, tasked with maintaining economic stability. It serves as the bank for other banks, providing liquidity and oversight to ensure the entire financial system functions smoothly. However, its most significant power is the ability to influence the cost of money for every American, dictating interest rates that ripple through the economy. By controlling this risk-free rate, the Federal Reserve effectively steers the economic trajectory of the entire nation. The Federal Reserve operates under a dual mandate established by Congress to achieve maximum employment and stable prices. These objectives often create a tension, particularly during volatile cycles. When employment is low, the Fed may lower interest rates, which can potentially drive prices higher. Balancing these two goals requires constant calibration, as a policy intended to boost one may negatively affect the other. The Federal Reserve's true power lies beyond simply managing the money supply. Its most significant influence is the ability to dictate the price of risk in the global economy. By setting the base interest rate, the Fed creates a foundation, an anchor, that determines the value of every asset on Earth. This base rate acts as the denominator in the valuation of every investment. When the Fed moves this anchor, it distorts the perception of risk across all markets. When interest rates drop, the price of risk is artificially lowered, pushing asset valuations higher. This creates a distortion where market prices no longer reflect underlying reality, but rather the Fed's policy stance. By anchoring the risk-free rate, the Fed essentially acts as the central planner of asset values, concentrating immense influence in an unelected body. By mid-2026, the Federal Reserve has successfully navigated the inflationary period that dominated the mid-2020s. After a period of aggressive interest rate hikes between 2024 and 2025, the central bank transitioned to a phase of monetary calibration. This calibration aims to stabilize the economy while carefully managing the long-term impact of high debt service costs. The current approach ensures that the economy avoids overheating while preventing a liquidity crisis as the Fed normalizes its stance. This period of calibration marks a crucial pivot, balancing inflation control with the realities of government fiscal health. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is a record of the assets it holds. In 2022, it reached an unprecedented peak of $9 trillion. To combat high inflation, the Fed initiated quantitative tightening. This process systematically reduced the size of the balance sheet as bonds matured without being replaced. By mid-2026, the balance sheet stabilized between $6.5 and $7 trillion. This level is crucial for maintaining enough liquidity to ensure the stability of the financial system. Maintaining this range is essential. It provides the necessary liquidity to prevent funding shortages, effectively acting as a buffer for the entire national financial infrastructure. Interest on reserve balances, or IORB, is one of the Federal Reserve's most precise surgical tools. By paying commercial banks interest to keep their reserves at the Fed, the central bank can pull liquidity out of the broader economy. When banks park their excess cash at the Fed, that money is effectively removed from active circulation. This mechanism allows the Fed to set a hard floor for interest rates, as banks will not lend to others for less than they can earn risk-free from the Fed. By raising or lowering this interest rate, the Fed manages the supply of money with surgical precision. The Fed put is an implicit market belief that the central bank will intervene to support the economy whenever asset prices face a sharp decline. Investors view this as a safety net. If a crash threatens systemic stability, the central bank is expected to inject liquidity or lower rates to stop the fall. However, this creates a moral hazard. When participants know they are protected, they may take excessive risks, ultimately distorting market efficiency. This dynamic remains a core point of contention in modern finance, balancing the need for stability against the risks of market intervention. In 2023, regional banks faced a liquidity crisis. As interest rates soared, the market value of long-term government bonds held by banks plummeted, creating massive paper losses. To prevent a total collapse, the Federal Reserve launched the Bank Term Funding Program. This program allowed banks to pledge their devalued bonds as collateral for loans. Crucially, the Fed accepted these bonds at par value rather than their deflated market price. This effectively guaranteed the assets, stopping the bank run in its tracks. This incident proved that the Fed has the unilateral power to stabilize entire sectors of the economy, essentially creating a backstop that avoids the need for congressional legislation. In the modern economy, the boundary between fiscal policy and monetary policy is becoming increasingly blurred. This creates a state known as fiscal dominance. The U.S. national debt is at historic highs. If the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to fight inflation, the cost of servicing that government debt skyrockets, potentially leading to insolvency. This fiscal dominance trap forces the Fed into a difficult position: keep rates manageable to ensure the government can pay its bills, or allow them to rise and risk a crisis. This delicate balancing act is the core of the fiscal monetary blur. One result is financial repression. By keeping interest rates slightly below the rate of inflation, the government can slowly erode the real value of its debt over time. This effectively transfers wealth from savers to the government, illustrating the immense, hidden power of the central bank. Financial repression is a policy where central banks keep interest rates consistently below the rate of inflation. This creates a hidden tax on the economy. By holding interest rates down while inflation runs higher, the government effectively erodes the real value of its national debt over time. The debt is paid back in dollars that buy significantly less than when they were borrowed. This shrinks the real burden of the debt. However, this policy comes at a cost to the average saver. Because interest earnings fail to keep pace with rising prices, the purchasing power of your savings quietly evaporates. For years, central bank digital currencies were primarily a theoretical concept under academic investigation by the Federal Reserve. Recently, the focus has shifted from research to the implementation of wholesale digital settlement rails within the interbank market to increase efficiency. These wholesale rails are designed to modernize liquidity management and drastically reduce the time required for high-value interbank settlements. The Federal Reserve is evolving. Beyond traditional banking, it is increasingly integrating new systemic risks into its oversight and stress tests. First, climate-related financial risk. The Fed is evaluating how severe weather and energy transitions impact bank portfolios. Second, artificial intelligence. The Fed now monitors how algorithmic trading and AI-driven banking models could threaten systemic stability. By incorporating these factors into stress tests, the Fed is essentially expanding its role to safeguard the economy against a new generation of threats. Public trust in the Federal Reserve has reached a 20-year low. This decline is largely driven by the public's perception of the link between monetary policy and the rising cost of living. Economic sentiment is directly correlated with perceived purchasing power. As inflation has persisted, the Federal Reserve's policy choices are now scrutinized through the lens of daily household expenses, leading to this significant crisis in institutional credibility. The Federal Reserve has long operated with significant autonomy. However, recent economic volatility has sparked a movement in Congress to reclaim oversight. Specifically, there is a legislative push to limit the Fed's emergency lending capabilities, which were expanded during past crises. The goal is to shift the authority over these emergency funds back to the Treasury, ensuring that decisions are made by elected officials rather than unelected technocrats. This democratization of oversight aims to balance the need for rapid market liquidity with the principles of democratic accountability. The U.S. dollar serves as the primary global reserve currency, acting as the foundation for international trade and finance. This position allows the Federal Reserve to exert influence far beyond American borders. However, this influence relies on global trust. When structural fiscal deficits remain high, it threatens the long-term value of the dollar, potentially forcing other nations to seek alternative settlement methods. This shift is known as de-dollarization. As global central banks reduce their reliance on U.S. treasuries, the Federal Reserve faces the challenge of maintaining dollar dominance while fiscal policy pressures remain elevated. The Federal Reserve actively influences the long end of the yield curve, which represents long term borrowing costs for the U.S. Treasury. By purchasing long term Treasury bonds, the Fed increases demand, which lowers the yields on those bonds. This action effectively manages government borrowing costs. Although not officially labeled as yield curve control, these market operations allow the Fed to keep the government's borrowing costs manageable without explicit policy mandates. Moral hazard occurs when an entity takes on excessive risk because it knows it is shielded from the full consequences of failure. In a natural market, risk and reward are balanced. When the Federal Reserve intervenes to protect asset prices, it creates a safety net. This distorts market incentives. Investors, no longer fearing catastrophic loss, shift their strategies. They take on higher, more dangerous risks to chase greater yields. This creates a cycle where asset prices are constantly propped up. While this provides short-term stability, it builds long-term fragility into the entire economic system. Ultimately, moral hazard leads to systemic instability, as market participants gamble on the belief that the central bank will always intervene. The greatest long-term threat to the Federal Reserve is not a sudden market crash, but a gradual erosion of institutional credibility. As structural fiscal imbalances widen, the national debt grows steadily. This creates a difficult trap for the central bank. If the Fed is perceived as unable to address these imbalances without triggering insolvency or runaway inflation, its policy credibility begins to decline. This dynamic, known as fiscal dominance, forces the Fed to choose between its independence and the stability of government finances. Failure to maintain this balance remains the central risk to the future of the American economy. The Federal Reserve has evolved beyond a simple currency regulator. It has become the architect of the American economic landscape. By managing the cost of risk, it influences every financial decision, from household savings to government debt. Ultimately, the Fed has become the central planner of the U.S. economy, permanently shaping the financial future of every citizen.